And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome all the way from China, Ph.D. Geoff Tsen, Vice President and Regional Manager for Greater China US Pharmacopeia. Can we please give him a warm round of applause? Thank you.
Good morning. And I'm very pleased and honored to receive the invitation to participate in this meeting. It's the first time for me to be in Pakistan, of course, let alone this conference. And during my more than 50% of my lifetime, I keep hearing what a beautiful country Pakistan is and what a beautiful people Pakistanis are. So after staying here for 2 days, I know everything I heard about Pakistan is true. So thank you for the invitation. And I will speak on behalf of United States Pharmacopeia, USP for short. And the title is how we will innovate quality, innovation, and resilience in a BANI world. And to be honest, and 2 months ago when I received the title, I did not know what BANI is, so I did some research. So now I think I know what I should emphasize during my talk. And USP has a global presence, is entrusted by the US government, and it's utilized in over 140 countries, of course, China included, otherwise I wouldn't be here. It has a legal recognition in 50 countries, okay? So we have almost 200 countries under the UN charters. Not every country has a pharmacopeia. I think no more than 30 pharmacopoeias exist in the world. So for those countries don't have a pharmacopeia, they will look up to other countries for reference guidance. And USP is one of the most utilized, if not the most utilized one in the world. So in addition to medicines, we also have standards in dietary supplement and food, okay? We work globally. We have over 1,000 employees in total. So if Dr. Obaidullah was here, he would point out a new change, which reminded me I should mention a few new changes to this map. First of all, we no longer have a direct presence, USP no longer have a direct presence in Islamabad, Pakistan. So due to some US government changes. But we are working with Dr. Obaidullah to develop a new mechanism to continue the partnership between Pakistan's regulatory body and the USP going forward. And we have some concrete plans, and we are going to implement that. So otherwise, you see that the headquarters is in, we call it Rockville, is 40 miles away from the Washington, D.C., the capital city of the US. We have been there for 205 years. We established in 1820, right in the same location. And you can see we have a subsidiary in Brazil, in China, and in India, okay? So because of a global presence, we operate at the global and the regional platforms. As you can see, we are a member of World Health Organization, and we are also a member of the United Nations Economic and Social Council. And we are a member of Pan American Health Organization as well. ICH, we are observer, and we are also at the Life Science Innovation Forum Board of APAC, okay? So there are two things I want to emphasize. For these prestigious global organizations to accept USP as a member or observer, that's a recognition for our over 200 years of contribution to global public health, especially in the area of medicine quality. The second thing is, because we are associated with this global and regional platform, we're able to advocate medicine global quality. So here, this chart actually is one of the most important page I would like to present to this audience, is how do we develop standards? Or we can even be provocative. And most organizations don't survive beyond 30 years. And why we are 205 years old and we are still, we call it, screaming, kicking, and is stronger than ever, right? So this is a secret sauce, is how do we develop standards? And the first important stakeholders is science from the academia, from the research, and from a pharmaceutical company as well. So they represent the newest advance in life sciences and healthcare, okay? So to make sure our standards are in tune with the most recent advanced progress in healthcare. The second stakeholders came from the industry, so which serves two main purposes, more than two purposes. The first one is they would be able to, raise the most pressing issues regarding medicine quality in the industry, right? The second point is they want to make sure, yes, you want to implement the most modern healthcare discoveries, but does it make sense? Is it too much, is it overkill for this quality problem if you use the most, advanced healthcare technology that will make the drug manufacturing so expensive, right? So this received one. The third one I want to emphasize is very uniquely USP, is the government regulatory bodies engagement, namely US FDA. Because US FDA is involved at the very beginning of this standard development process. As a result, a USP standard, as soon as it's finalized, it is US FDA approved or recognized. So of course, I might be, I don't have a pharmaceutical background, so I might be talking a topic in the experts, to expose my ignorance, but here it is, okay? So here's the drug discovery chain, right? Since quality can be impacted at every step along this value chain, so when we work on the drug quality standards, we focus on all the major steps, from discovery to stability. So in what form? Okay. So first we have general notes, right? They are overarching principles of medicine quality standards, right? They are only a few general notes, but they are very deep. I mean, I don't know if you use the word in Pakistan, but in China, when you see they are deep, means they are deep. They have a lot of meanings. You might not even be able to get 50% of a meaning the first time you read it. You have to think about it, okay? The second feature of our USP standards is called general chapters, okay? So we have over 400 in total. And our general chapters have a number, let's see, 1357, and then could be 537. So what's the difference, right? So for the general chapters over 1,000, they are overviews of analytical methodology recognized by US FDA. There are 200 in total. Why they are recognized by US FDA, like what I introduced in the previous page, US FDA participate fully in the USP standard development from the very beginning. And then we have general chapters, less than 1,000. They are ready to use analytical methods, validated by USP expert committee, and recognized by US FDA in the same way. There are over 200 in total. Then we have the monographs, right? We have small molecules, including finished formulations and API, 4,000, more than 4,000, peptide, 40, insulin 20, recombinant protein 10, heparin 10. Then we have the excipient, right? Excipient is an important part of a drug, even though it's not active in terms of therapeutic, but it impact the efficacy and the safety of a medicine. So we have excipient, we have over 530 monographs. And then we have the dietary supplement. Dietary supplement, when you stand alone, you go to a health store, you buy a multivitamin complex. It might not meet USP standards, but if it becomes a component of a medicine, you have to comply with USP standards. We have more than 37 amino acid chapter, vitamin 120, and botanic and herbal medicines 230, and others including DEA and the EPA. So, I only have 4 minutes. Okay, in spite of the time, I want to add a few off-the-script comments because I was inspired by what I heard in the morning. So I came from China representing USP. Obviously, China is a big market for USP. So why Chinese manufacturers need a USP? First, for exporting, right? So 10 years ago, Chinese API and some formulations exported to the US and to your neighboring country, who will use the USP API, produce formulated formulation to the US. But now, the global trade landscape changed quite a bit. I mean, the API export into US by China dropped dramatically. And your neighbor country is focusing on domestic API production as well. So what happens is USP standard is recognized globally. So we start to export into Central Asia. The Belt and the Road Initiative, right? So because USP standards is accepted globally, even though we have reduced export to the US and your neighboring countries, we export more USP standards to the other regions who accept USP standards. So if China can do that, there's no reason Pakistan cannot do that, right? So I was inspired by the minister. I was inspired by Dr. Obaidullah. And I was even shocked by the minister. So obviously you guys have the goals. And if you aim for the moon, you end up halfway. I think that's still pretty good. So I will skip this one because of time. So medicine supply chain, right? So USP, in the last 4 to 5 years, USP invested a lot of time, efforts, technology in the global medicine supply chain security. Here is what we found. Okay, so identify and address upstream supply vulnerability to prevent drug shortages and ensuring patient access. First takeaway. USP's data-driven approach highlights 4 risk factors: geographic concentration, quality, price, and manufacturing complexity to inform resilient medicine supply chain policies. Quality is crucial and must be incentivized. I heard the same theme from our current chairman of PPMA. You have to incentivize. If people are losing money already and then you ask them to produce high quality, it won't work anywhere in the world. Right? From Pharmacopeia standards, here comes USP. Help streamline drug development and approval, assure quality, enhance manufacturing control, and increase regulatory confidence, ultimately reducing risk and saving resources. So, I'm in China, but I read the Western news media all the time. You see this headline in the last 3 to 5 years. CNN is shouting cancer drug shortages highlight supply chain vulnerability. New York Times said drug shortages near all-time high, leading to rationing. I mean, the rationing, right? When was the last time you heard rationing in the United States? So we have done an annual drug shortage report. You can scan the QR code and download it for free, right? Scan the QR code, you will get the annual USP annual drug shortage report. I'll give you 15 seconds, right? I know some of them you might not want it, but I'll give you 15 seconds for the people who want to scan. Okay, so our effort into the topic have some insights. Okay, I'll be fast because they are common sense based. The USP medicine supply map, we have a USP medicine supply map, which is one and only in the world, right? So it's awesome, we have said that. But I tell you, it's US-centric, but it will help you to provide enough raw data or secondary data for you to gauge your local market drug shortage. So geographic concentration, quality, price, and manufacturing complexity. So USP's call to action, for supply chain resilience. USP urges collaborative efforts into policymakers, regulators, industry stakeholders to identify and respond to risks in the pharmaceutical supply chain, aiming to reduce disruptions in medicine supply. So again, here is a QR code. This report came from our USP's testimony to the Congress. Our CEO went to the US Capitol Hill and sitting in front of senators and the congressmen and addressed this issue, the drug shortage, global medicine supply chain security, because you saw those headlines from CNN and the New York Times, right? So if you would like, you can download, scan the QR code. So policy recommendations, right, is almost repetitive to what I said. So let's go to the key page. If the global, so obviously there's geographic concentration. You want a geographically diverse supply of a critical medicine. And then which means you have multiple manufacturers produce the same drug. And then the quality control, quality issues. So how do you, what's the core solution for these diverse, manufacturers all over the world, right? So I think we emphasize Pharmacopeia standards are the anchor. So here is our strategic reform are required. So again, they are common sense based, and my time is up, so I won't read it. And again, it is more like a summary of what I just said. So thank you, and stay connected. And we have a very good website, and we update our website as good as anybody else I have seen in the pharmaceutical world. Thank you very much. Again, I'm happy.